All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1. Gerald Poole apparently not taking the grid. Tyler Clifford, Ryan McDaniel, Joe Lux, Edmund Jones, Kirk Marble, Austin Ruskoff, and Joey Smith, Heat 1. And looks like they're going to start rolling. Ryan McDaniel will advance to the pole position. Definitely going to be interesting. A lot of these guys are not dirt drivers, so they're getting, pardon the pun, a crash course here tonight. Yes, Brandon, it is. How are you tonight? Going off into turn 3, it does look like the track has been reset for the heats. As here we go, pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Heat 1 is underway. Looks like still a little bit slick, but a lot better than it was in qualifying. Ryan McDaniel already out front. Whoa, Tyler Clifford had a problem. He has got it corrected, but now Joey Smith is in trouble. Ryan McDaniel, Edmund Jones, Austin Ruskoff, the top 3. They've got a big gap on Joe Lux in 4th. Tyler Clifford in 5th, trying to gain some ground. Ryan still has the lead, but Edmund has the fastest lap. Edmund sends it deep into the turn. Contact coming out. Oh, Edmund goes around. Ryan goes for a spin. Austin survives. Austin Ruskoff to the lead. Joe Lux now in 2nd. Joey Smith up to 3rd. Tyler Clifford back in 4th. Kirk Marble in 5th. Edmund has slipped back to 6th. Ryan in 7th. Brandon, no, I am not. Joey Smith up to 2nd place is closing the gap. It is now just under a second, but they're coming to 2 to go. Does Joey have enough left to get to Austin? He just set the fastest lap of the race. Joey is closing quickly. Austin gets the white flag one more time around for Heat 1. Joey is sending it for everything he's got. Big run out of 2. Joey to the high side as they come out of 4. Joey Smith wins Heat 1. And what a last lap pass to get the win. Austin Ruskoff comes home in second. Joe Lux in third. On to heat number 2. Justin Schultz, Cody Kennedy have the front row. Cody likely still having to use a controller. Brian Hewitt, Harley Barletta on the second row. Zach Mead, Richie Joplin have the third row. David Lux rounds out the field. Everybody stacking up, getting ready for the green. They get the 1 to green. Remember, Cody Kennedy in the 64 is using a controller here tonight after that terrible accident just a few weeks ago. But it is great to see Cody out on track again. They tighten up as the pace truck dives to pit road. And the green flag is out there underway, and Schultz did not get going. Cody Kennedy quickly shoots to the lead. He gets the wall. Barletta's got a big run, but Richie Joplin has a bigger one. Barletta gets a little squirrely, gets together with Kennedy. Holy cow, this is close. Richie Joplin clears out of turn 2. Oh, a hard hit into the wall. Harley goes back to the lead. Brian Hewitt now at the second. Zach Mead in third. David Lux to fourth. Cody Kennedy has gone to pit road for the moment as Zach Mead goes by to take second. 5 laps to go for Harley. He's got a 2.3 second lead. David Lux has moved into second place and has just set the fastest lap. Coming down to 3 to go. We saw Joey make a big comeback to win Heat 1, but Lux is 2 1/4 seconds back as Harley goes through 3 and 4. Hey, good evening, Tim. Yes, they are. 2 laps to go in Heat 2. Harley still a 2-second lead over Lux as the white flag flies one more time around. Oh, Harley having a little problem with grip out of 2. He lost a lot of ground. Lux is closing quickly, but not enough. Barletta wins Heat 2. Here's an interesting note. At Hickory earlier tonight, the same two won the heats just in different orders. And on to the feature here at Bristol. Jackson McLean, Andrew Thornton on the front row, Joey Smith, Harley Barletta have the second row. Austin Ruskoff, David Lux on the third row, Joe Lux, Zach Mead on the fourth, Kirk Marble and Brian Hewitt round out the top 10. Tyler Clifford starting in 11th next to Richie Champlin in 12th. Ryan McDaniel in 13th. Justin Schultz in 14th. Edmund Jones and Cody Kennedy round out the field. And it looks like Jackson McLean will take an EOL here tonight. Now, we mentioned it during the late model race that Ryan McDaniel lost his mom yesterday. The guys here at Jones BS Racing always love to honor those that we have lost. So here we go, a 3-wide salute with Ryan at the lead. And our thoughts and prayers are with Ryan and his family as they settle back in. Hey, good evening, Panda. Everybody getting stacked back up for the start. Alright, all the drivers stack up. They get the 1 to green. Joey Smith in control at the start. Andrew Thornton alongside. And here we go. Out of turn 4. The green flag flies there. Down and away at Bristol, baby. Hey, good evening, Russell. Whoa. Everybody getting a little squirrely. Cody Kennedy has a problem right off the bat. They're 3 wide mid-pack. Cody has recovered. He is rolling again. Meanwhile, it's Joey up top, Andrew on the bottom. We saw Joey in Heat 1 employ that high line very, very well. David Lux now up into third. Thornton has the fastest lap so far. And as this track slicks off, I have a feeling we're seeing the fastest laps right now. Caution! Caution is out for the first time. And I believe Ryan McDaniel and Brian Hewitt are involved. Justin Schultz had a problem a moment before. Let's take a look at it. Schultz had lost some ground in the early going. Gets off into the turn. Oh, we saw a lot of that in practice. Then the incident that brought the caution out, Ryan McDaniel, Austin Ruskoff, right ball. Holy cow! It looked like the incident started with Richie. Richie Joplin was moving forward. Oh, Edmund gets into his left rear, sends him around in the big stack up. Ouch. Now, despite the fact that Ryan and Brian were both involved in that incident, I really don't think it counts in the Ryan and Brian ongoing war. Remember, folks, these ARCA cars, brand new this season. A lot of these drivers have never been on track in these cars. In the dirt, anyway. Kind of makes you wonder how much testing was done for this. They're definitely putting on a great show and some great battles throughout the field. Looks like the lights are out. They have got the one to green. Joey Smith on the bottom, Andrew Thornton on top. And a pack of hungry cars right behind. Pace truck dives to pit road. And the green flag is back in the air. Oh, maybe not for long. Barletta has a problem. He gets it gathered up. David Lux managing to sneak by. Harley still trying to get that car gathered up. Jackson McClain comes by on the bottom. Joey clears into the lead. Thornton on the bottom. Tyler Clifford has had a problem back behind. He is rolling. David Lux in third. He is closing in on the leaders. Joey running that high line, gets a better run out of the turn. Andrew now moving up to the high line as well. Jackson McClain now in fourth, just set the fastest lap. We came into the track a little bit slicked off, but man, it's gonna slick off even faster. Brian Hewitt, Cody Kennedy have both had problems. They are rolling. Let's take a look at some of the recent incidents. Mentioned Tyler Clifford had a problem a few moments ago. Oh, he came down, got across Richie's nose, but pulls a 360, gets rolling again. Brian Hewitt back behind. Looked like Hewitt might be running him down, but wow, he got way out of shape and collects Cody. Joey still has the lead, but lap traffic just ahead. Could make things interesting. It gets really close. Thornton had to completely get out of it, as did Lux. That is bringing Jackson McLean even closer. Joey was able to capitalize. He pulls out to a 3/4 of a second lead. David Lux currently in second, Andrew Thornton in third, Jackson McLean in fourth. Richie Joplin has made his way back to fifth. Edmund Jones in sixth, has his hands full. Harley Barletta right there in seventh, and Kirk Marble in eighth. Zach Mead back in ninth. Austin Ruskoff surprisingly back in 10th. More lap traffic ahead for Joey and the leaders, as David Lux is taking second. Lux right up there in the cushion. Andrew Thornton still running a little bit lower line. He's coming up now, as is Jackson McLean right behind. Jackson gonna make the move down to the bottom. But that bottom line does not carry as much momentum out of the turn. He's really got to get it, that entry in mid-turn perfect. Joey up there on the high line. Thornton now looking for second from David Lux. This is allowing Richie Joplin to get closer and closer. Well, Brandon, hopefully you'll be back next week, buddy. Jackson McLean now for second. Lux just got the wall. McLean is in the wall. Cody Kennedy a little slow on the high side. Almost had a problem. While they battle and make mistakes back behind, Joey continuing to dominate. David Lux now back in third. Andrew Thornton in fourth. He has lost a lot of ground, and Richie Joplin is closing in on him. Edmund Jones in sixth. Whoa! Edmund tried the Hail Melon. That does not work at Bristol. And caution is out. Austin Ruskoff involved. Let's take a look at what happened to Austin. came down and just clips him. A few moments before, Cody Kennedy had some problems right there in front of the leader. Wow, that was a close call for the leaders. And Justin Schultz had a problem back behind going into turn 1 and 2. Oh, just not enough power. He goes around. Joey still has the lead. Jackson in second. David Lux, Andrew Thornton, Richie Joplin round out the top 5. As the field stacks back up, and this track is getting slicker every single lap. The slicker it gets, the harder it's going to be to drive these big stock cars on it. And man, things will get very exciting. There you see it slicking off on corner entry at both ends of the track, all the way through to the middle of the turn. Corner exit likely to start slicking off before long. They stack up for the 1 to green. Looks like Joey choosing to restart on the high side. Here they come through 3 and 4. Pace truck dives in. Green flag is back in the air. They are away. That inside line, Jackson did not get going nearly as quickly as Joey did. And it's a dogfight back behind. Andrew Thornton, Richie Joplin, Kirk Marble, all in the mix. Edmund Jones pulls back up into the fight as it looks like Lux is riding the wall. Meanwhile, Joey has the lead, but Jackson trying to close the gap. Tyler Clifford, Austin Ruskoff have had a problem back behind. Tyler's going to pit road. Austin is rolling again. Let's see what happened with these two. There's Tyler up on the high side, off into the turn, just gets sideways. Austin tries to check up, but goes around as well. And Jackson McLean takes the lead for the first time tonight. Jackson McLean out front for the first time and pulling away from Joey. David Lux still lurking in third. Andrew Thornton coming back into the picture. Richie Joplin also still within striking distance. Hey, good morning. Come on, how are you? Jackson still out front, and that lead is growing rapidly. Jackson already up to a 1.8 second lead over Joey. Andrew Thornton back up into third, but Lux still right there with him. Oh, come on, that's awesome. Lux up on the wall just a little bit. Meanwhile, Thornton looking back underneath Joey. Joey kisses the wall. May have just given Andrew. Nope. Joey gets a better run out of the turn. But you can definitely see that right rear on Joey's car. Is starting to take a little bit of a beating as Thornton takes second. Oh, Joey hard into the wall. The lap car, Brian McDaniel coming into the mix. And Jackson McLean is checking out a 2.5 second lead. The slick is getting bigger quickly and starting to reach all the way to corner exit. The drivers did not get a chance to practice with the track being this slicked off. And now the leader is coming through heavy lap traffic as well. Oh, Joey dodging. Oh, Lux dodging. The lap cars could be a deciding factor of this one. Let's take a ride. Let's ride along. Let's see. Kirk Marble is right there. Let's ride a couple laps with Kirk. Dirt building up and lap traffic as well as Richie just ahead and from in car. And you can see Kirk going all the way to the bottom trying to find some of that fresh dirt. But it is really slicking off. And look at that right rear on Richie's car. You can tell a lot of these drivers are putting that right rear right on the wall. Not quite as much as Harley did. And you can see they are having to work it. These big heavy cars are a handful here. Keep an eye on his hands. His hands are never still. He's fighting the car all the way around the track. Jackson McLean up front coming through lap traffic. Up the middle, 3 wide. That is gutsy. Andrew Thornton back in second, still riding down the bottom, trying to find some good, fresh, fast dirt. Joey up on the high line, currently in third, still tapping the wall. David Lux currently in fourth, and Richie Joplin in fifth. Good question, Gerald. They cannot burn enough rubber. Holy cow, Richie's around caution. Caution is back out. Jackson McLean did not want to see that. His lead was still growing. Let's take a look at this incident with Richie. Looking down from the blip, you see the battle ahead between Lux and Smith. Smith way out of shape. Oh, and Kirk Marble just pushes up into him. Richie quickly recovers, but not before the yellow flies. Now, as we were saying before, Gerald Poole asked, can they burn enough rubber into the track that it'll drive like asphalt? And unfortunately, no. That would be a very cool transition if they could burn enough rubber into the track to race like asphalt, but unfortunately, not the case. But actually, now that I think about it, that is actually a genius idea, and I'm going to write to iRacing about it. Because a 200-lap race around Bristol dirt, as quickly with these big cars as it's slicked off, that would be kind of cool if they just had this one lane that they laid down enough rubber to drive it normally. And the lights are back out just past the halfway point as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Several drivers did go in and get repairs done. And a few of them appear to have changed tires as well. Here we go, pace truck is in. Jackson on the high side, in control, green flag, back in the air. Jackson did not get off the line good. Andrew Thornton did. Thornton slides up, takes the lead. Here comes David Lux. David Lux down to the bottom, already peeking underneath. Jackson a big run out of the turn. McLean gets into the wall. Oh, contact between Jackson and here comes Joey. Joey saw what was happening, took the shot. Jackson shot back up the middle. And Jackson back to second for the moment. Andrew Thornton was able to take advantage of the restart chaos and is pulled out to a 0.7 of a second lead. But Jackson is closing quickly. as Zach Mead is at a problem back behind. Zach is rolling, currently in 8th. Zach goes off into 1 and 2. Right up by the wall, pulls it down. Holy cow. Man, that could have been a lot worse for Mead. Andrew's lead is gone. McLean looking for it on the bottom. Slide jump up the track. Andrew prepared. He is back underneath. Lap traffic coming into play. But Jackson clears out to the front. Kirk Marble and Brian Hewitt had a problem a moment ago. There's Kirk in the 65. Hewitt just ahead. Oh, Hewitt gets into the wall. It slows him down just enough for Kirk to get into him. They both slide to the bottom and keep going. Jackson already trying to pull out a lead, but Thornton is not letting it happen. But Thornton lost a lot of ground in 1 and 2. He attempted the slider line. It did not work. David Luck still holds on to 3rd, but 2 seconds behind that lead battle. Joey Smith back in 4th. Edmund Jones now up into 5th. "25 laps to go." It has been a long time since we have seen Jackson McLean in victory lane. Is tonight the night? The top 2 continue to pull away from David Lux and Joey Smith. Joey is closing in on Lux. And man, there is a very, very small strip of dirt and not a lot of it up on the high side for these drivers to get into. The middle of the turns is like 90% slicked off at this point. Andrew Thornton still staying in striking distance of the leader. Edmund Jones back in 5th. Richie Joplin has surprisingly not recovered any ground. Kirk Marble, the last car on the lead lap, back in 7th. Andrew peeking underneath. Can he get it done? What dirt remains on the bottom, at least on corner entry through the middle of the turn, that dirt there at the bottom, that is all down on the apron. So different banking, they would have to drive considerably different to make it work down there. Andrew starting to inch ahead. Jackson blinking, and caution is out. Richie Joplin involved. And Andrew Thornton Thornton was leading at the moment of caution. There's Richie up on the high side. The lap car of Tyler Clifford just ahead. Oh, Edmund and Joey had a collision. Edmund and Joey battling for position just ahead. And Joey gets loose as Edmund comes up. They get together, hit the wall. Tyler and Richie trying to avoid it, get involved as well. Ouch is definitely the appropriate term, Gerald. So Andrew Thornton will have the lead. Jackson McLean right beside him, and looks like Andrew may take the bottom line for the restart. David Lux and Edmund Jones will be back behind. Joey Smith, Richie Joplin, Kirk Marble round out the lead lap. Cody Kennedy has towed to pit road. Andrew is going to take the bottom line. That's going to make Joey happy. The last two restarts, Joey chose the high line. This will make things interesting. Pace car dives to pit road. And the green flag flies, and Andrew nails the restart. David Lux is on the move. Edmund Jones sends it deep. Jackson sends it really hard. Thornton is pulling away as these three battle behind. Oh, Edmund slides up into David, straightens him back out. Oh, David gets into Richie. Talk about a chain reaction, and David Lux's chances just ended. Caution is out. David Lux is still on the lead lap. He still has a shot at it. Let's see. Let's take another look at this incident. There's Richie down on the bottom. And we saw Lux having problems. Richie gets sent up into the wall. Take another look at this from David Lux. He gets loose as Edmund pushes up. They get together. Lux gets going, but comes up the track, gets Richie, and then loses the back end himself. David Lux, Richie Joplin have both gone to pit road, got their cars repaired, and are back out on track. Andrew Thornton, Jackson McLean still in the front row. Joey Smith, Edmund Jones on the second row. And it looks like Thornton is going to choose the bottom line again. They should get 1 to green this time. The lights are out. We will restart with about 7 laps to go at Bristol. You might want to buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Because if it's been wild this far, it's only getting worse. Here we go. Pace car is in. Thornton in control. The green flag is in the air. 7 laps to go at Bristol. Jackson gets the wall. Lux is Edmund Jones now up for second. Jackson comes down, gets into Edmund. Caution is out. Edmund still wrecking. It's a good thing I keep throat spray handy for moments like these. Let's take a look. There's Edmund and Jackson out of turn 4. Jackson gets into him, comes across the nose. Edmund goes up, gets Joey and Richie. And wow, everybody catches a piece of this one. Watch this from the blimp. There you see Jackson comes down. That's where it begins. Edmund goes back up. Edmund lost about half of his car on the front stretch, and a lot of guys get caught up. And this just shook up the top 5 once again. Andrew Thornton has the lead. Kirk Marble in second. David Lux in third. Richie Joplin in fourth. And Harley Barletta in fifth. Edmund Jones, Jackson McLean still in the lead lap, but they are back in 6th and 7th. And it does look like we are going into a green-white checkered on this. If Kirk Marble pulls off the win tonight, that'll be 2 nights in a row. He is going to victory lane. He got that amazing win last night at Kentucky. If you missed it, you can find it on our YouTube channel along with every along with every race in Jones BS Racing history. Yeah, Gerald makes a good point. You can probably get some free sheet metal after this one. Hayes' car is in. Green flag back in the air. Thornton is away. David Lux, Kirk Marble side by side into the turn. Lux has the nose ahead. Man, 3 and 4's really slicked off. And here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around. Kirk Marble has second. David Lux in third. It's going to be a battle. But the winner is not. Andrew Thornton is in victory lane. Kirk Marble pulls off second. David Lux brings it home in third. And pardon my voice cutting out a little bit there at the end. Give us just a minute. We're going to talk to our top three. Starting with David Lux. David, I have to say, man, every week I think it's the week you're going to win. It's going to happen really soon.
Well, I didn't think I was going to do very good here, but last week, during the week, I said I'm going to go practice at Eldora just to go see what I can do, and I didn't do very good against some other guys, but wow. Today was one-armed McGee.
We rode along with one of the drivers earlier on in the race, and man, it was a workout for you guys tonight.
Yeah, I unfortunately I can't drive two-handed on dirt. I was doing all one-handed. I mean, maybe two-handed down the front stretch and back stretch, but going the corners, it was all one-handed. That's too much movement.
Well, man, a great job. Obviously, the baby wants in on the interview, but
yeah. She's a little cranky.
Well, she's just cheering Daddy on, but a great job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I swear we'll see Lux in victory lane before long. Kirk Marble comes home in second. Kirk, you had a great start to the week, buddy.
Yeah, so far it's been starting off pretty good. I'm like more than happy with the second place in this race.
Man, it was definitely a workout out there. You guys did an amazing job. We actually rode along with you for several laps and watched your hands. How hard you were having to work that wheel.
Yeah, that's what a amateur dirt racer's hands look like.
Well, you didn't look amateur tonight, man. You were in the top 5 all night and got a little lucky there at the end and pulled off a podium. A heck of a battle with Lux at the end, too.
Oh, yeah, I got a little lucky and a little dirty.
Well, man, it was definitely worth it. Great job tonight.
Thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner... Andrew, I kind of figured after practice it'd be you or Joey. Man, what a race.
You know, it's funny because I didn't even put myself in that top 3 bracket. I kind of figured Jackson would walk off with it. Joey had an outside shot to do it. And Richie Joplin, Mr. I can't turn on dirt, but somehow does really good at everything. Now, I'll tell you who I didn't expect was Lux. Where did he come from?
You know, week in and week out, David is getting better. I think we're just a week, maybe 2 away from him being in victory lane multiple times. And man, he put on quite a show tonight as well.
Yeah, he definitely did. So, I guess when it comes to the podium here, with because Kirk said he was a surprise too. So I guess we can all just look at each other and be like, "I'm just as surprised as you are." I didn't expect to do decent at all. I think I've turned a third of the laps this season. I expected wholeheartedly at like lap 30 when me and Lux started racing with right behind Joey and Jackson. It's like, well, this has been a fun 30 laps. I'm probably done.
Well, I have to say, the cautions definitely fell your way. About the time Jackson got out to a 3-second lead, the caution came out, brought the field back together, and then the incident with Jackson and Edmund, that helped tremendously.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I think the Wonder Boy's starting to lose his touch.
That's what marriage does.
Oh, you went there. I didn't.
Yeah. Sorry, Jackson. Man, it's great to see you back in victory lane, and a great job tonight, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Doug. I can't wait to watch this one back.
Great job. Andrew Thornton pulls off a win. That was a flat-out amazing race from Bristol Dirt. Way better than what I expected. I expected non-stop cautions, but man, they put on one heck of a show tonight. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern, come back and see the older guys, the veterans of racing, take on dirt and asphalt as Retreads Racing is back. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the charity race announcements for next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.